Hello, this video is brought to you by the StreamingAdvisor.com. Tailor your entertainment with streaming. And what we're looking at here is the Gbox Q. And you might already be familiar with the Gbox Q, but what this is it has the new firmware for the Gbox Q. It doesn't seem evident from the launcher, but I'll show you the difference. You can't start telling the difference really until you go into System Settings. When you go to the advanced settings, you see that you've got the Lollipop, I think this is 5.1 actually, and you've got the new interface. This changes a lot about how you interact with it. It doesn't really change its function too much, but I'll show you a couple of key things that you might want to know. For one, you want to look at security and restrictions. This is where you're going to go if you like to do any side loading. I know I like to add things sometimes like Aptoid and alternative programs. In order to do that, you've got to go to this page and click Unknown Sources and allow it to, you see, install apps from other sources other than the Play Store. So you say On and OK. And now you've got it. From here, you can also add new accounts. I'm already signed in, but if you go here, this is where you're going to be able to add, say, like your new email or something like that. All of your date settings and things like that are real easy to access. And in general, you can change things however you need. I'm going to go ahead and stick with United States English. You might not be able to tell, but I'm actually an English speaker from the United States. More settings will take you to a little bit more detailed view of what you've got a hold of it. But if you are familiar with Lollipop, this shouldn't seem all that new. Something I like about the display settings. Take a look. Instead of that sort of radio dial sort of looking setup that you had before, you go here to zoom in and zoom out the screen. That's important because now and then you might have to adjust the size of your screen. When I first loaded this box up, in fact, it was just a little too big, so some of the apps looked awkward. Special feature, well, I guess it's not a special feature, but one feature of this that is different than the earlier firmware is it has the new version of YouTube set up. Works just like YouTube always did, of course. Alright. Now, right now, it comes in with Kodi 15.0. That's easy enough to upgrade. You can just do it through the browser. Now, something you might notice, I'm going to press the home button. This is kind of a nice feature, but it could confuse some people. Like if you're in Kodi and you want to go home, you want to go back to the home screen, right now, for some reason, if you press the home button, you get this. This is a little feature that allows you to kind of browse through the different apps that are actually installed on the system. It actually sort of mirrors what you see from the home page. Pressing up and down changes what you see. So that's what happens when you press the home button. So actually, if you're in Kodi or a program and you want to leave it, don't press home. For instance, in Kodi, you go down to the little power, press OK, and exit. In other apps, you might just press like the back button. All right, so like let's say you want to update Kodi, of course. You're going to go into your browser. Go ahead and jump into the Kodi website. Kodi.tv. All right. Then you go to downloads. And at the making of this video, the most current stable release is 16.0. So you go ahead and download the ARM here. It says it's starting the download. Question is, where do we get to the downloads? I find often an easy way to find that sort of thing is through the file browser or the app installer. And there it is. Saw what I did. Went to app installer. Local disks. Okay. There it is. So we'll just select it. Install. And as you see, this is just like installing anything on an Android tablet. If you're new to this whole system, just follow our instructions here. Now it's installing, and soon it will say installed. All right. So we'll say done. And let's get out of it. Now what I wonder is, will the Kodi icon now launch into the new one? Yep, great. And so there we are. Now we're in Jarvis. Hello, Jarvis. Okay, so again, to leave, go to the power and exit. That's just a little bit of basics about the new Lollipop version of the Gbox. Actually, the Gbox Q, let's be exact on that. I think this is a nice firmware update. I'm curious to see what else will happen. At the moment, the Gbox still can't support the Android TV launcher. I know that might disappoint some, but it has their regular launcher in. And that's that. For a full guide as to how to manually install this update, if it hasn't come to you automatically, check out the link in the description. It has detailed instructions. Just a little pointer for you. If you are doing the manual update, make sure that when you put your files onto your SD card, that they're all named exactly what they're supposed to be. None of these, AML file 1 or recovery image 3, things like that. Make sure it's all as basic and vanilla as possible. I hope this was helpful. If you thought so, please subscribe and share this with your friends. I'm Ryan Downey, the Streaming Advisor. Stream on, my friends.